The vast majority of you, yes, you, and you, only have a 20% probability of success in retirement. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Oh, man. Yes, I'm talking about you. You right there. I'm talking about me. Ooh, I'm sorry I have to do this. I know, unsubscribe now because you want to hear good stuff and this is just bad. I'm bring the pain. Or wait, take the pain. What did the guy say from Platoon? Take the pain. Take the pain. All right. So we're going to go at this. This is the Social Security Actuary Life Table. The Life Table is available for certain years, and we're going to go to the 2019 is the most recent that we have. And then we're going to go to the spreadsheet, which I created because I'm weird like that. I love spreadsheets. I very much enjoy it. I'm not a spreadsheet guru by any stretch, but I get a lot out of spreadsheets. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to look at men and women. I got both. And we're going to see when we're born, our life expectancy is 76.22. All right, gotcha. All good. That has nothing to do with us because we are inherently not just born. All right, so we're going to go down to a 60-year-old guy. All right, so we're going to start with, we have 100,000 people who were born, and of those 100,000 people, how many survived until they're 60? 85,000. This is men. 85,000 men, 91,000 women. All right, not too shabby. So if you survive, so I'm 52. So I'm one of 91,232 people who survived until I'm 52. Obviously, 8,800 sad souls died before then. All right. So anyway, as I see here today, my life expectancy is 28 more years as a man. That means I'll live until I'm, what's that, 80? Yeah, I get until I'm 80. My wife is 48. Her life expectancy is 35. And I don't know how. That means 4,000 people died before she did. Actually, so 48 plus 35 is 83. So our life expectancy and just combined for simplicity is about 81.5 years as we sit here today. All right, good stuff. But now I'm just going to go to 60 years old. All right, so 85,000 men survived until they're 60. 91,000 women survived until they're 60. Hope that makes sense. A man's life expectancy at the age of 60 is now 21.77. A woman's life expectancy at the age of 60 is 24.79. All right, so what we're doing here is we're going to take these numbers, 85,000, and what I'm doing is I'm starting at 100,000 for both. So basically what I've done here is I've just taken these numbers and I've changed them around in terms of saying 80. If 100,000 people are starting at 60 years old. I hope that makes sense. And then we're reducing the population by what happened here. Anyway, so all I'm doing is I'm just taking those numbers. I'm equating it to start at 100,000 bucks. That's all I'm doing. And we're using the same life expectancy, 21.77. We're using the same decline in lives. People are dying from 60 to 61. That's all we're doing here. So instead of starting with 85,000 or 91, we're starting with 100,000 people and going from there. All right. Hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. I say that a lot apparently. HTMS. Yeah, I'll probably have to start thinking something else to say. I used to say, you know what I'm saying? And people say, you say, you know what I'm saying? Well, now I say, hope that makes sense. All right. And then I say, all right. All right, BS. Just said BSFA. So you got 100,000 people, men today, are 60 years old. Life expectancy is 81.77. All right. So 100% are going to live, obviously, in this year because we are 100% because they survived to this year. By the beginning of next year, 1.14% of those people will have died. Your probability of dying is 1.14%. So in that case, what's that, about 1,140 men died between the ages of 60 and 61. Everybody with me on that? Which meant your probability of living was 98.86. Pretty good. We want a high probability of living and a low probability of dying. So between the ages of 60 and 61, most of us are going to survive that. Now, there are a few people, what's that, 1,140 who did not. What's that? What's your probability of living if you're 60 until you're 70? Well, in that case, 15,000 people died, which meant that we have a basically 15% probability of dying. 15% probability of dying and 85% probability of living. So when I'm doing financial planning, I'm trying to get people a 75% success rate. All right, now the default is living until you're 90. And that's what we're talking about. I'm trying to get people a 75% success rate. If I can get them at a 75% success rate, I'm pretty comfortable because of common sense. But anyway, a lot of people say, what about 100%? I said, if you're 100% success rate, that means you either died too early or you didn't spend enough. That's all. Or you saved too much, or you didn't retire, or you retired too late, whatever. We don't want 100% probability of success. That's silly. And again, that nothing is 100% probability. Nothing is. Anyway, the point being, I want you to put your retirement planning on your Monte Carlos the same way I'm kind of using here. If a 75% success rate is good on your retirement plan, assuming you live to 90, well, what's the likelihood we actually live till 90, if that makes sense? And if we go for men, we can see 75% success rate right now is at 75. Let's color that. We'll color that a purple. There we go. 75%. So 25% of 60 years old will die at the age of 75. 75% will survive. If 75% success rate is what we're shooting for, that's only 75. Go down to 80. 40% of people who are 60 will die before they hit 80. 60% will survive till they hit 80. Then we go here. 50% of people who are 60, men who are 60 today, will die before they hit the age of 83. Half those people will not survive. Half will survive. Then we go to 90, and we're going to show you only 77, basically 78% of the population of 60-year-old will survive until they're 90. That is a 78% probability of failure, or a 22% success rate, if you're going to live to 90. That's it, man. So we're running these retirement plans for a 60-year-old guy, for instance, and say, all right, we'll have you live till 90 because there's no, what else are you going to do? Yet only 22% of you will live to your 90. Isn't that crazy? So if we look at, again, our life expectancy is 21.77. Well, you could say, but why, if 22% of the population survives beyond 90, why is life expectancy 21.77? Because here is when half the population dies, between these 2 years right there. All right, so that's why your life expectancy is different than the 90 years old. I can't stress this enough. We're going to use a retirement planning model that you're going to say you're going to live until you're 90 because you're so special, when yet only 22% of 60 years old will survive until they're 90, according to Social Security. If we go to women, it's a little bit better, but not much more. So we have 100% probability of living in year one. And by the time we're 75, we have you pick this number out for 15 years. We have a 17% probability of dying. All right, so that's, again, going back to retirement planning 101. Oh, actually, no, that's that. Hold on a second. I think I gotta unclear that right there. We're gonna make that. We don't want that. There we go. All right, that was just because of the men. Anyway, so by the time we hit for women is right here at 87. 53% of you will be dead at 87 years old. If you're a woman today at 60, at 87, 53% of you will be dead. If we go back to life expectancy for a woman who's 60 is 24, so 84, basically 85 years old. Pretty close. By the time you're 90, only 33% of you guys will still be alive. So if we're looking for probability of success, well, our probability of success at 25% would be right here at 78 years old. Because that's, if we're looking at 75% probability of success, that's it right there. So for a woman, it's 78, that's 18 years. And for a man, it's 16 years. So 17 years between you. For 75% probability of success. For a 50% probability of success, for a man it's 83, that's 23 years. A woman is 87, so 85 between you for 50% probability of success. But if I were to sit here and do a financial plan for it, I said, look, the probability of success is 50%. Most of you guys say that's not good enough. Anyway, you got to look at both sides of the equation. The life you have left, and I get it, everyone says, oh, technology. Well, the life expectancy is going down, dude. It's not just because more infants are dying, it's because older people are dying because of the technology has failed us. This whole thing, like what Rick Edelman, we're going to live to 120. Where's the evidence of that? There isn't any. All this is based on life expectancy because we've reduced infant mortality. That's it. We haven't increased the life expectancy of older people very much over 100 years. Not to warrant people saying we're going to live to 100. It's just freaking silly. Anyway, put that in your peace pipe and smoke it because this is interesting, is it not? If you're assuming you're going to live to 90, where is that evidence? Where is it? All right, love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you.